Hello everyone, I'm Megan Sullivan and welcome to the History and Games channel. Today we're talking about the coolest history-based games we got to see at Summer Games Fest 2024. If you like this content, please give this video a like and this channel a subscribe, and I'll keep bringing you more awesome history and games content in the future. Thank you! So here are all the history-based games we got to see at Summer Games Fest. And we have to start with the big news. Civ 7, as in Civilization 7, is officially in development for PC and consoles. We only got a tiny teaser trailer from 2K for the latest entry in the popular turn-based strategy series, but Civ fans are definitely excited. At any rate, Civ 7 is coming our way 2025, so mark your calendars. Anno 117 Pax Romana was announced by Ubisoft at the Ubisoft Forward event. According to VentureBeat, this will be the first game in the Anno series since Anno 1800 launched in 2019. Ubisoft confirmed during the show that the game will launch on PC as well as PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series. The trailer didn't reveal too many details about the game except that it takes place in the Roman Empire in the year 117 AD and that Ubisoft is targeting a release date of 2025 for the title. In case you were wondering, the emperor in charge at that time was Hadrian, who took over from his adopted father, Trajan. Actually, strike that, we do have a little bit of information on the story. In Anno 17, the player is a Roman governor who has the option to shape the empire as either a loyalist or a rebel. Do you really want to take on Hadrian? Specifically, the player is a governor of Latium and Albion, aka Western Italy and England. And I'm sorry I'm laughing because Albion always makes me think of Fable, which is also coming out in 2025. At any rate, players will be able to encourage economic growth or expand via dominance. That sounds interesting. Speaking of interesting, we got to learn more about Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which comes out October 26 for Xbox, PC, and PlayStation. We don't know a lot of details about the story campaign for this one either, just that it takes place after the fall of the Soviet Union, with the first Gulf War as part of the backdrop. Black Ops 6 story campaign is described as a thrilling spy adventure that blends stealth-based gameplay with big action in locations across Russia, the Middle East, the US, and Southern Europe. Meanwhile, multiplayer includes the new Omni movement, which lets players realistically chain together movements like a real action hero, quote-unquote. Players will also get corner slicing abilities, which means when players round a corner or go through a doorway, their weapon will dynamically rotate in the direction they're going. Developer Treyarch promises 16 new maps when Black Ops 6 launches, including 12 core 6 vs 6 maps and 4 strike maps that can be played as 2 vs 2 or 6 vs 6. So lots for Call of Duty fans to look forward to. Now, I admit I'm not much of a Call of Duty fan, but I am a huge fan of the modern Assassin's Creed games, and I'm very excited for Assassin's Creed Shadows. As a lover of Japanese history and someone who was absolutely obsessed with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I am super excited for Assassin's Creed Shadows, which takes place in the closing years of Japan's Sengoku era, also known as the Warring States period. We've now learned, thanks to a hefty gameplay walkthrough at Ubisoft Forward, that before starting a mission, players will be able to choose between two awesome-sounding protagonists, the stealthy Naoe, who has been trained as a shinobi, aka ninja, so her superpower is stealth, and the strong and brave Yasuke, who takes a more direct approach to battle, whether that's battering down fools with an oversized mace or slicing and dicing them with a sword. Both gameplay styles look amazing, and I can't wait to play this game, which comes out November 15th of this year for PC, PlayStation, iPad, and Xbox consoles. Next up is Kingdom Come: Deliverance II for Xbox, PC, and PlayStation consoles. The sequel to the 2018 action RPG by Warhorse Studios is coming out 2024, and we got a new trailer. This one included swearing, sexy time, crafting, and lots of action. According to an article on VG 24/7, quote, Kingdom Come: Deliverance 2's story takes place following the events of the first game. The protagonist Henry's tale is set against the backdrop of a civil war ravaging 15th century Bohemia. The sequel features a larger world map, deeper RPG systems, and more freedom of choice in classes and specializations, all without compromising the series' realistic take on combat and world design. Or so it says. Neat. From Bohemia, we make our way all the way to Latin America, where two history-based games were announced during the Latin American Games Showcase. The first is The War in Chiapas. This one definitely caught my attention. The War in Chiapas takes place in 1980s Mexico, deep within the Chiapas jungle. According to the game's Steam page, quote, "The player takes control of a small group of rebels who go into the mountains, thus forming a guerrilla group that will recruit new units to form an army. However, it will not be an easy task, since convincing people to join their ranks requires a lot of effort. In addition, a new and fierce unknown paramilitary group is trying to eradicate any rebellious social movement discreetly and with impunity." Wow, that sounds really intense. The War in Chiapas is developed and published by Bandprice. No release date yet, but hopefully we'll get one soon. And then we have Mexico 1921, A Deep Slumber. Developed by Macula Interactive, 1921 follows the life of Juan Aguirre, a young photojournalist who finds himself inside the surreal revolutionary art world. There, he'll rub shoulders with politicians and discover through his camera why Mexico ain't no place for the weak. All during Mexico's whirlwind transformation into modernity. This definitely looks interesting. Mexico 1921, A Deep Slumber will be released sometime this year. Okay, next is Oxide Games' Aura History Untold. I didn't actually think it was at Summer Games Fest, but it turns out it was there as part of a deep dive video for the game presented after the Xbox showcase. This game looks deep and pretty, and it sounds like you have a lot of choices in how you build your civilization, how you manage your supply lines, how you design things, etc., etc., and of course you can compete with other players. The game, which combines the bones of traditional strategy games with simulation games, drops September 24th, so mark your calendars. And finally, last but not least, and I'm stretching the definition of historical here, we have Age of Mythology Retold, coming out on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation consoles September 24th. Age of Mythology History Retold combines the best elements of the beloved Age of Mythology series with modern real-time strategy design and visuals. Retold is a, quote, "epic and innovative experience for old and new players alike. Secure your domain, command legendary monsters, and call upon the power of the gods to crush your enemies." Okay, this has virtually nothing to do with history, but I love these ancient culture games, so I'm including it on my list. And that's it for the biggest and best history games at Summer Games Fest 2024. Did I miss anything? Any history games you're particularly looking forward to? Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. See you later.